There's times where you're going to want to embroider on just a small piece of fabric, and of course that's not big enough to hoop. Maybe a cuff or something, a collar, an edge of a sweatshirt hood. There's places where we can't hoop our fabric, and there is a fabulous feature in this machine called basting in the hoop. So you'll want to start off by hooping up your stabilizer. I've got 2 layers of tearaway stabilizer and our standard hoop. Now this would be not a bad time to think about maybe buying a smaller hoop. For example, this one's the 120 by 120, approximately 5 by 5. So you can see I'd be using less stabilizer while I do this project. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just take and I'm going to embroider a single monogram in the middle of this square. So I've kind of creased this just to find this center point. And we're going to start with the font folder and select the largest font that is available. And this would be a great time to check out those quick fonts, the free program you can download from Husqvarna Viking, so you have more font options. And because my name is Sarah, I usually pick an S. All right, and then touch program to bring it in. Once again, you'll notice it'll come in with the hoop size it recommends. Again, there's lots of hoops, so having even a smaller one than the 5 by 5 could even be an option. So first, go ahead, change your hoop size, touch the hoop icon, touch the arrow to the right, and touch OK to select 240 by 150. Now, instead of embroidering right in the middle of my hoop, I'm going to actually embroider down here and save the top for just a slightly different exercise we'll be doing. So I'm going to slide this down. And we'll just kind of pick an area. We could go all the way down, but for right now. Now I've gone ahead and sprayed the back of the fabric, so it's a little tacky here. And what I'm going to do is just set this on the stabilizer and sink my needle down just a little bit. Then I can actually get it to be right in the middle of my fabric. You know, so many times people will do like a block exchange or like have everybody make a block for somebody and they pre-cut the fabric and you're like, well, I would love to embroider on it, but how do I actually get it in my hoop? This is the answer. So the key is next, before we start to embroider, and again, we can go ahead and trace around, see how big this design actually is. Oh, I'm glad I did, because I did not have the needle in the center of my design. When I used the 4-corner check, go ahead and touch it 4 times and then touch it a 5th time. Now the needle's in the center, so I'm going to just lift this up. The beauty of spray adhesive, it can be repositioned. Bring that needle down and like so. Maybe even look from the side here and see that your creases are fairly parallel to the edge of your hoop and you can see it. Now let's go ahead and do that little corner to corner check and touch OK because I didn't have my needle all the way down. Here we go. That's looking much better, much more centered to this particular piece of fabric. And once again, back to the center. Now, when we want to go ahead and embroider, we can tack this down with a basting in the hoop feature. And all you have to do is touch the fix button. Now, when you do this, you're going to notice that, and I'm going to come out of here, back to our regular screen, you're going to get kind of some dashes. And that is the indication that you've turned on the basting in the hoop feature. Otherwise, it'd be set up to just do the letter or design that you've picked. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. It puts it before it stitches anything else. We'll go ahead and lower the presser foot, yes, and push start. And these stitches are nice and long, so they are easy to take out. Also, they go around the perimeter of the design. So if your design was a bigger design, then the basting stitches would go around the outside edges. Now I'm ready to, if I want to go ahead and just stitch, and we'll just go ahead and push the start-stop button and let it stitch out the design. It's just a single letter S, and that way we can see where those basting stitches go in relationship to the design. Embroidery's finished, so we can go ahead and take it out. And you can really get a better idea of how long those basting stitches are. And you can use this fix function to secure your fabric to your stabilizer, even if it is completely hooped up. It's not a bad way to kind of make sure things don't kind of shrink in. So if you get in the habit of pushing the fix button before you start embroidering, I think you'll see the results you're looking for.